The Queen does not represent anything good. Britain has got a lot of gold, yet they don't have a single mine of gold. Those are stolen goods. We must talk about reparation. We must talk about the return of the gold. We must talk about the return of the stolen diamond, and not these other side issues which are not important to us. How can you be oppressed for so many years? After liberation, you've got nothing to show that we have been liberated. You have no land, you have got no bank.
Yeah, and the ultimate reparations is when Yahushua come. Reparation for the children of Israel. If you're a Hamite, I don't know about you. Shalom Israel. Hold on a minute. Khan, Shalom. Kalalal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Bashim Rakakwadash. To all the men of Great Millstone and the like-minded Akim, pushing the 100% truth to the four corners of the earth, going out there on the byways, prophesying and doing lessons. Shalom. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us, and to the Akwath that will be our sisters, and to other brothers who sincerely watch and believe 100% through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai in the doctrine. Shalom. Yeah, man. I see, we just watched that video, and it's just basically another, shameful spewing on Esau Edom's glory. You know what I mean? You have some people out there, you have some sympathans jumping up about, rest in peace to the queen and all of this, which she ain't our queen. That's a witch. You know what I mean? All them people talking about rest in peace, sleep in peace. But you have a large amount of people, surprisingly, who they really, they really wasn't, they weren't moved, basically. You understand what I'm saying? Because, you see, as mentioned in the video, Britain does not have a gold mine, right? And it shows that all of the gold that they have, it was stolen from another nation, mainly from the continent of so-called Africa. You understand what I say? And you see, the Queen has to her credit trillions of dollars worth of gold, and none of it was mined from the soil of her nation, right? There's been a lot of robbery of gold and precious stones, from other nations, especially Africa, over the years, right? You see, this was accomplished due to Esau Edom, which is a so-called white man. His biblical name is Esau, or Edom, or Idumea. Any one of those names you see, are the wicked in many cases, right? Esau have the blessing of the sword, That's Genesis the 27th chapter. Could just get it briefly. Genesis 27 and verse 38, and it says here, and Esau said unto his father, because you see, Jacob got the blessing, right? Which Christians try to say Jacob stole the blessing, but at the end of the day, whether it was stolen or not, it was all through the spirit. It was already prophesied that the elder will serve the younger, which Esau is the elder, Jacob is the younger, because Esau come out first, right? Jacob grab him heel, which was very, very prophetic. So them can't use that. But anyways, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, like the little bitch he is. Verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Fatness of the earth, wealth. Verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live. Esau was a cunning hunter, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. You see, that sword, which was able to use to plunder nations to his liking, he plundered his way into rulership. Hence, he was able to claim, through his sword, the fatness of the earth, which include its natural resources and the overall dominion over the earth, since they came back into power during the Renaissance period, which they are ruling up until this day. That's that fourth beast, fourth and final beast, right? We're the last leg of it now, which, you see, the elites of Esau, Edom, the upper echelon, you know, they have the queen wearing the crown, right? Which is an abomination. And you see, because at the end of the day, they have to have a face, so to speak, in the rulership seats, you know, that they manipulate to do their bidding. That's just how they get down. You know what I mean? They rule, the elites rule from the shadows and they put up faces. So the queen was just a face, you know, to stamp Esau's authority concerning rulership, right? And after her death, I've been seeing a lot more bad than good being said about, you know, her on a worldwide scale. Because you see, people have discovered, you know, which I mentioned about the shameful spewing and their glory. People have discovered and made it viral, you know, the thefts, robberies, and other things accredited to her rulership, you know, and to her nation on a whole. You understand? And which is exactly why, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, they're being exposed, you know. And then the Lord is going to ultimately strip them down. He's doing it piece by piece right now. You know what I mean? Could just grab something in Ecclesiasticus, the 10th chapter, starting at the 7th verse. Pride is hateful before Yahweh and man. Yeah, and Esau, concerning Esau, the pride of his heart has deceived him. You know, that's why them act the way them act and do the things that them do. They have a God complex. And by both doth one commit iniquity. That's why Esau is also called, you know, the son of perdition, the man of sin, being revealed. He's a man of sin. You know, his footprint is iniquity. You understand what I say? That's his footprint, man, the man of sin. Because of unrighteousness, no, Salakia, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You know, that's why we say the kingdom is going to be, you know, given over to the nation of Jacob. You know what I mean? But first, the stripping down process has to happen. That's why we see Hallel getting ready to break loose on earth, you know, because there's a transition that is taking place, you know. So when the Lord stripped down Esau, Edom piece by piece, you know what I mean, then that's when the real knockout blow is going to land cleanly. When Yahweh returns, you know, and trod the wine press, you know. After which, when, you know, that's going to be when the ball is going to be in our court. You know, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, you know. And we have other Israelites scattered among the heathen looking like heathens, you know what I mean, whom the Bible likened them unto speckled birds, right? But yeah, the ball is going to be in our court and it's going to be our time to rule. Daniel 7:18, you know, the saints will take the kingdom. The saints shall take the kingdom. Now I'm butcher it. Daniel 7 verse 18. But the saints, getting to the point of the Most High, shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Were we not promised everlasting life and a kingdom will rule forever? When you go up in 17, you know, it tell you about, you know, the great beasts, the 4 beasts, right? And we know that if there are 4 beasts, the 4th and final beast is the Roman Empire, you know, pursuant to prophecy in Daniel, Daniel the 2nd chapter and the 7th chapter. You know what I mean? The 4th and final beast is the Roman Empire. You know what I mean? And, you know, right now we are in the revived Roman Empire, if you will, you know, which with that rulership stemming through North America. America models Rome all over again. You know what I mean? But yeah, the point really, the saints shall take the kingdom, and we're going to have it for eternity, and all the wealth in the universe will be ours, you know, including human resource, you know, slaves. You know, that's pursuant to Isaiah the 14th chapter, you know, the 2nd verse. You understand? Servants and handmaids. We'll have the heathens as servants and handmaids. So that's going to be a part of our universal wealth that we're going to have, you know. All the gold. You know, listen, these heathens have no salt. You know what I mean? We're going to show them in the kingdom how to use gold and how to wear it. You know? You're going to have a lot of diamonds, right? You see people getting excited over diamonds, you know. I mean, listen, diamond is a low-level stone when you really compare it to the other stones, right? It's just that the modern-day jewelers, what they do really is that, you know, they cut it up. They put, you know, incisions in the diamond in a way where it reflects light, so it glitters. You know, that's what really made diamond as attractive as it is. But diamond, when you look at it as a natural stone, it look like some of the translucent stone. you know. But in the Queen's crown, there's a diamond chip, and that stone was stolen. You know what I mean? It was stolen. It's in the witch's crown, man. You know what I mean? But hey, in the kingdom, brothers are gonna have dining tables and walls made of pure diamond. You know, and that's if they even choose diamond, as I mentioned. You know, when they compare diamond to the other stones out there, you know, diamond is really a low-level stone, right? There are other precious stones that probably who knows when we put them together a certain way, they'll glow because stones carry vibrations, right? So we're gonna have a lot of wealth. See? Let me show you what I mean. Look at this. These are the stones that actually make up the foundation of the kingdom. You know what I mean? You see them. Amethyst stone is pretty. Jacinth, very pretty. Chrysolite, topaz, sardius. Come on, these are all beautiful stones, man. You understand me? I say we can use any one of them, in our mansions or whatever it is that we're gonna have. So the least brother in the kingdom, the least Israelite man is gonna have a land as big as a city. You know what I mean? Much more the 144,000 ranked men. One of those men, could possibly even be given a galaxy. He could receive a galaxy from the Lord, with millions of planets to distribute, to the elect men. Because we know the Lord work with order, right? Order. You understand me? I say. When the earth is overpopulated, because Israelites are going to be multiplying a lot, right? So we're going to need other planets. You know what I mean? In my father's house, there are many mansions, other planets out there, right? So we're going to venture out. And Abba Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai wants us, to take much pleasure in these things and to have these things, because we are his sons. Yasharallah, he Prince Power. We are the princes of the power. You know what I mean? Luke the 12th chapter, verse 32. And it says here, fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. See, it's the Father's good pleasure, right? When you go up in verse 31, it tell you that. But rather, we should seek the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Right? How we seek the kingdom? By hastening the coming of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. The hastening the coming of Yahweh Shai. See? And keeping the commandments to the best of our ability.